All right, so welcome to the very first video battle report for Crippled System.
Everything is
plugged in, and we are good to go.
Thanks, Dad.
So you get to see my awesome lower half of my body for the whole podcast, probably. That'll be exciting.
Well, the camera shifted over slightly during the thing. So this is Jeremy and I, obviously. I'm Nathan. That's
and I'm Jeremy.
Yep. It's weird you're talking in the video, so I see like your body moving while you're talking next to me, and I was like, oh my god, is this live? I'm so confused.
Mind blown.
So today it's a 50-point steamroller game. I am playing Pigs, specifically Sturmendrang.
And I'm playing Legion, specifically Saeryn.
So this was incoming, and for the first time ever, I've actually seen it matter what the objectives do, because I actually brought the Razorback crew, so I had light artillery.
Yep.
I won the roll to go first, so you can see me currently getting ready to go, measuring out stuff. My advanced move for my slaughterhouses, actually. I was surprised. I won the roll to go first, and I chose to go first. And we had actually talked about the terrain, and I had mentioned that I was super in love with this side of the table because I like the wall protecting the objectives, so my caster could have cover and dominate the zone and the objective. And despite me saying that, Jeremy chose the other side, so I was super happy at the start of this.
Yeah, I liked the layout. Just for myself, I was afraid that the zone to the right was going to be a problem for me. The wall was going to get in my way and shit. So I liked the fact that he had trouble getting into the zone he needed to contest.
There's a church in the way.
There is a church in the way. So that was why I actually picked my side. In hindsight, because of incoming and how amazing it made his Razorback crew, it was a poor decision.
Yeah, I mean, I still would have had concealment and a linear obstacle on the other side, but it just wouldn't have been quite as good. And there's the Razorback crew taking up the position. They're never going to leave for the remainder of the game.
Yo.
So first turn I guess I can go over my list. We discussed that possibility. This is a tier 4. We're practicing. We're having a tier 4 tournament, not tier 4, tier 2 required, but we are having a Theme Force required tournament coming up in a couple weeks now here locally.
Yeah, I'm going to miss it, so mine's not tier, just for the record. But Nathan was practicing for it.
I was practicing for it. Well, also it's just a Sturmendrang Theme Force, or a list I had in my what do they call those things? Phone on my iBodger. I'm super rusty with Sturmendrang, so I wanted to get some practice in with them. Actually, unfortunately, the rust did cost me later. Like the next day, I woke up. Like I literally woke up and went, "Oh my god, wait, that's right," because I remembered a tactic that I had with Sturmendrang that I forgot that may have cost me the game. At least it was the killing blow for me. Spoilers, I don't win. I guess I could have kept that a surprise, but I did just give it away. You'll note I did just measure to my little razor bores. What that measurement was for the 5th time in a row, I moved my warlock first, and so the outer 2 razor bores are too far away to force to run. So that's
both
a mistake.
Of them?
But both of the outer 2. The middle 2 are close enough, just barely. The outer 2 are too far away to run because I'm an idiot, and that's literally like the 5th game in a row that I've done that.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Andy. So my army that I was running, for anyone who's curious, was Sturmendrang, dual Roadhogs, a Warhog, 4 Razor Boars.
Which 4 Razor Boars were you running today?
It was the Warhog was Frankenswine, and the Razor Boars had all 4 Marx Brothers: Harpo, Groucho, Chico, and Zeppo.
Yep. I
had 2 min units of Bone Grinders, the Razorback crew, and 2 units of Slaughterhousers. So that's tier 4. I like it a lot. I like the 2 Roadhogs because you can TK them and aim and spray. I've really fallen in love with the Roadhogs. I think they're a great beast. The last event we had actually had 2 games in a row where I faced opponents with Rampager, and I turned out that Roadhogs are horrible to face against you. So I felt for my opponents because like all of a sudden these things that I love with these 10-inch sprays were turning around and spraying into my Brigands, and Brigands don't like 10-inch sprays.
Nope.
What were you running?
I was running. Actually, I have a quick question for you. The Razorback crew, is that something you generally run, or is that a Theme Force requirement?
It is neither. It was just something I was trying out.
Okay.
I just tried a few various things. I think the Razorback crew is actually pretty good as far as artillery goes. They are POW 15, which is pretty sick good. Range 14, POW 15 is pretty solid at Rat 6. I'm trying them with various casters. I think they'd be pretty good with Midas because Calamity makes them Rat 8, POW 17 essentially, which is really going to put some pain. TK hypothetically was going to make them Rat 8 also in this. I don't know that I would run them with Sturmendrang again, but I think I'm going to give them a try with Arcadius and Midas just to see how the debuffs treat them, the Calamity and the Crippling Grasp.
in general, I don't like light artillery, but I think that's because I came from Rhett, and I really dislike the heavy rifle team. So
no, light artillery does kind of suck in general.
Yeah.
The one thing they do get in Sturmendring is Sturmendring's Theme Force does have a +1 to go first, and light artillery really, really needs to go first so that they can run up field. Yeah. Otherwise, they're just out of the game for too many turns.
Well, and I mean, it's what, 2 points for the unit?
3
points, and it's a Ravagore. I mean, it's a Ravagore with +1 rat. It doesn't have any of its cool side effects.
Doesn't get to boost,
but it's a Ravagore gun. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's nothing to cry about.
Solid for 3 points. Yes, Andy.
Yeah, I just have something to say.
Okay.
The names of your razor blowers.
Yeah.
I think there's somebody at this table who did not know what they're originally named from.
No, I did.
No, that wasn't him. That was I think that was Ben.
Yeah, somebody didn't know. I remember
Ben Rizlov.
Oh, he didn't.
Like he did not get the reference.
No, I got the reference. He told me their 4 names, and I was like, "Oh, that's clever. I like that."
Okay,
I knew the reference, but nice try.
I haven't named my Roadhogs or my Gunbores yet.
I fail at geography, Andy. Come on.
You fail at geography, but not the Marx Brothers.
But not the Marx Brothers.
Okay.
Marx Brothers
my dad actually really likes the Marx Brothers, so I've heard about them a lot.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm running Saeryn. This is actually a list I am not too proud to admit entirely stolen from JVM. I had a list very, very like this, but it did not have the Afflictor, and I went back and forth on whether to play the second Scythian in it, and he did really, really well with this list at Masters. So I put in the second Scythian, I put in the Afflictor. I run the list specifically because of the amount of RFP in it. I run it against E. Morvana.
I think that's also why he runs
which
this
makes
list.
sense.
You know,
I run it against. I haven't had a chance, but I would run it against Elich as well.
Yeah, with Gatsby 2 and Morvana 2 both being such huge casters right now. Oh, Breath Stealer on my. But I wanted those guys to be charging.
And I'm
weapon
such
masters.
a noob. I left my spell martyr there, and in a minute here, Nathan's going to go, "Doesn't that guy die?"
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move my models, and then Nathan's going to be like, "Hey, Jeremy, quit being hacks." So in a minute here, that spell martyr will die. He's dead. He just doesn't know it yet.
I am happy, by the way, to see that we can indeed see the death clocks.
Yep. By the way, we were playing
readable.
Death Clock. Part of the reason we're doing that is it just seemed to work out really well for the video. You guys can kind of tell this particular game, the Death Clock came into the game, I would say, almost not at all.
No, not
but there
at all.
are games where it does, and it's a format that both of us, at least I really like. I think you really like it too.
I like them both. In all honesty, I think they both have their advantages. The one thing is you need some consistency. If you practice a lot of Death Clock, time turns can really catch you off guard.
Oh yeah,
and vice versa.
Yeah, that one big key turn with time turns is really rough with Rhett when you're used to Death Clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also with trolls. Is that what you're saying?
Just time switching from Death Clock to time turns is just horrendous.
It's an adjustment. So anyway, the list is, for those of you that don't know the list, is 2 Scythians, 2 Angels, an Afflictor, a Harrier, a Shredder, 2 Spell Martyrs, 2 Strider Deathstalkers, 2 Forsaken, and a Swamp Gobber's Bellows crew. For those of you that maybe forget things like I do occasionally, the big thing to bear in mind here is the only thing in your list that is afraid that'll ever be anywhere near your terrifying Forsaken is the Swamp Gobbers. So make sure you deploy them more than 3 inches from your Forsaken and never let them get within 3 inches of your Forsaken, because those guys like to run away like little girls. They are worse than Holt when Iona dies. They are just scared little girls.
Yeah.
So first turn is pretty standard. I'm taking my time with it for some reason. I'm like looking at my clock wondering what I'm doing with my time.
My first turn was pretty standard against you. Is walk forward and put up deflection, because you have a lot of guns.
I put up Breath Stealer on one of the units of Slaughterhousers so that I just didn't have to worry about them for a turn, because Slaughterhousers that can't charge just are not terrifying. And then I kind of I diddle around a little bit. I did put some hurt on the unit of Bone Grinders on that my left flank with the Strider Deathstalkers. Even on a hill, they do pretty well against those guys. They're base def 12?
Yeah.
So even a 14, needing 6s to hit, I'm pretty okay with that.
Yep.
So,
and I was okay with that too.
Yeah,
I didn't care about those Bone Grinders.
It winds up, those 2 models wind up being really, really huge later, as it turns out.
Yeah.
But
spoilers.
But there was no way for either of us to know that.
They can watch.
Nathan spoiled who won. Like in the first 2 minutes. In the first 2 minutes.
Well,
that doesn't work
He's
for battle
fired.
reports.
You can bleep it out.
Yeah.
Well, the point is, I mentioned that I was rusty with Sturmendring, and it shows because I make a huge blunder, which, like, I was very proud with a cunning strategy I came up with Sturmendring, like a combination of several things that I'm like, oh, this is going to catch people off guard, and it totally does catch people off guard.
It does.
And wrecks their faces, and I forgot to use it.
But we're going to save that for when we get there.
I will, I'll point out when it happens.
I will point out I'm rolling dice like a drunken monkey. That is not because I'm on video. I have this problem where my dice, like I roll and my dice go everywhere. Like, just everywhere. I don't hit other people's models generally. I'm pretty good about that. But they go off the table. I probably roll the dice off the table 6 or 7 times per game. And at some point, I get into the zone. I've thought about buying a box just to keep on the table
Get
to
a
roll
dice
in.
tower.
Like, seriously. It's,
No.
Yeah.
No dice towers.
Not a dice tower, but I'm talking a box just to throw them in.
They're nice for games, but man, do they take forever to do anything with a dice tower. Oh.
I will say that one thing that I've never really picked up. I play Rhett as my other army, and my wife is slowly. We bumped the
camera
camera.
bumped.
Camera adjustment.
Hey, there's Jeremy's penis.
That's not my.
Enjoy that view. Well, your crotch is going to be on camera.
It does look
a
a lot like my crotch is going to be on camera for the rest of the game.
Yep.
So I really didn't realize how cool it is to play a fully painted army because most of my Rhett stuff is unpainted, sadly. But I bought this Legion off of Marshall. He's part of the Iowa crew. And it's really, really fun playing with a painted army. Like, it really bothers me watching this video and seeing that one unpainted Scythian.
I love that you
that
got
Scythian
halfway
will
through
not
his move.
stand up.
Yeah, that's fine. It was just funny to me that you got halfway through the move, replaced him with a proxy base, moved 2 more inches, and then put him back
down. I didn't think I was going to clear the rough terrain, and then I did, so that happened. Proving that you don't have to be good at estimating distances to play this game. You do need to be good at it to be good at this game, but I never said I was good. So this is where I move up my shredder and do my standard. Yay, tenacity, because tenacity tax. I honestly think that not nearly as bad as trolls, but I think that Legion casters do pay a little bit of a tenacity tax. Like, their stats are just not quite where they should be. Some of them it's the point in armor, some of them it's the point of defense. I really do think so. Andy's looking at me like I'm crazy, but
You are crazy, because you look at the defense of all the Legion casters,
at
least
your casters
one
defense 16.
Yeah, they're at least one more than every single one of the troll.
But a lot
casters.
of them are like armor 14.
So
blast damage hurts at 14.
Yeah,
well,
stats adding up to 30-ish is actually fairly normal.
I know, but
especially since with like special abilities, like you'll get a lot of warlocks that are like 15-15 with unyielding or 16-14 with I don't know
force barrier.
Force barrier. Yeah, you'll see that.
That's not. But none of my good casters have it. Oh wait, no, that's Saeryn. That's right.
Plus, it's going to be super annoying because all game you're going to have those swamp gobbers putting that cloud up.
No, yeah, we'll see how that works out for me. So yeah, this is where I get this. This actually made me a little sad. What's about to happen, but we'll see. But yeah,
although my big range threat in this list is a spray or the 2 sprays anyway, so
True.
it wouldn't have mattered.
It wouldn't have mattered terribly. I think that there's very, very few Legion lists where playing without a shredder to put tenacity in your caster is okay.
Well, I mean, it's 2 points for +1/+1 the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty worth it no matter what.
Yeah, like Thagrosh, I don't often run a shredder with Thagrosh, P Thagrosh, because I'm running a Carney, sometimes 2 Carnies, and the ability to bring back a Carney. And Thagrosh prefers spiny growth in my opinion.
Yeah,
just with all of his armor debuffs and his strength debuff and all that stuff. But yeah, shredders are amazing.
Shredders kill solos. Shredders kill casters.
Shredders do kill solos. I'm actually kind of in love. As I started playing this list of JVMs, I'm kind of in love with how good Harriers are at killing solos. Because the speed 7, auto-hitting, sprinting away. Like, you just say, I'm charging, and I'm doing my animus. You charge outside of control of your caster, you murder the solo, and then you sprint back into control. I don't do that this game.
I was amused.
Glorious.
I don't remember if it was you or who it was, but a couple weeks ago I was playing... time flies. It might have been a month or something ago. But I was playing against somebody's Legion, and they had a Harrier go up and boost to hit.
That was not me.
And I said,
that'd be hilarious.
No. Yeah, I was like, no, you don't boost to hit.
No,
I'm not
wrong.
letting you boost
You're
to hit.
wrong.
I'm literally not going to allow that.
Yeah.
Or might have been, no. It was Lewis, and it was his caster is what it was. He had his caster boost to hit.
And a Harrier was alive?
You have a Harrier.
Yeah.
You're not boosting to hit.
Not in melee. If it was a gun, maybe.
No, it was Grail running up to do some stuff. Or not Grail, Callus.
Callus, okay, yeah. He's been on a real Callus kick lately. Not that any of you have met... Well, some of you have met Lewis, but most of you probably don't care about our local meta, but he's been on a real Callus kick lately. He's got a pretty solid Callus list, actually. I played against it. He does something that I hadn't seen anyone do before, which is he actually buys a unit of Incubi, despite the fact that he has Callus's feet also.
I've seen that because
I've used that too.
Because of the on his feet turn, starting with some Incubi already on the table can really be frustrating.
Yeah, it was tough.
So I put up a meat shield of Slaughterhousers because if they're shitty and can't run or charge, they might as well die in a convenient place.
Yep.
Was my plan.
How's that plan work out for you?
It works out well, actually.
Yeah.
It keeps your side. It keeps both of those beasts pretty well, I think.
One of the Scythians gets through, but yeah, the other one is definitely away.
You guys, seriously,
full of spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Hey, 3 minutes from now.
3 minutes from now, something exciting happens.
Yeah.
Wait for it. I will say that one thing that I'm just shocked as I watch, because I feel like time's going by faster when we're playing. I am amazed that we both still have so much time on our death clocks. Like, I know all we did was the first turn and it's quick and all, but like when you're playing, I felt like more time had gone by.
I was almost going to double speed the video, but then it would look weird.
Yeah.
And then I was just going to put a slight hint of Benny Hill in the background for yakety sax. And I thought that would work better.
I will say that let us know how you feel about this video report. If you like this format, if you wish that we'd played the video at double speed, if you're hitting the plus 15-second mark, which I don't think YouTube has, but if you are,
nope.
If you're speeding it up in some way because you don't like the speed, let us know that. We'd like to have feedback. We plan to do more of these. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of different people playing, so you get to see a bunch of different lists and styles. Even some people that aren't on the podcast.
I was wondering why I rolled dice, and it was because I just used my go-go boots on my Roadhog.
You did. And you took D3 to assist him.
I assaulted it to spray Saeryn. I guess I just wasn't thinking about... I love the assault double spray on caster. She was at 1 fury. I'm like, if I hit her, I get some... If I hit her with both of these, and then the fire roll is a third damage roll, like, she could legit just die.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I thought a long time...
and then you asked me her defense.
Yeah, well, I mean, even still, I need 12s to hit.
Hey, she's got force barrier.
She's only defense 19.
I forgot about force barrier. She's not 19, she's 17.
No, she's a 16 up 2, and then she had tenacity on her.
So that's
19.
Oh yeah, 19. Yeah, duh. Wait. Why is she? Oh, force barrier, right?
Force barrier, yep.
I was discounting the cloud. The fucking force barrier, man. Like my brain can't fathom that. She's 19. She's 21 against non-sprays because of that cloud. I mean, that's pretty retarded.
That's what I. That's the one thing that opponents always ran into when I was playing Saeryn is that everyone would forget about force barrier.
So unfortunately, like this, that's a rough aspect of this matchup for me.
Well, thank God I had the immunity to blast damage with that Razorback crew getting boosted damage rolls all game. Oh my God.
Yeah.
How do you have that? Do you have the protector in there?
Force barrier is immune to blast damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, she has force barrier.
Hey, force barrier.
So there's this cool thing she has, as I like to refer to it as the Ron effect. I said that during our game with my Nathan. He was like, "It's not the Ron effect.
It's called force barrier."
I was like, "I know, but it's the Ron effect."
So instead, I just decided to annihilate the crap out of this stupid afflictor. I threw a lot of my army against it.
You did throw a lot at it.
Sprays and guns and zaps with my.
Oh no! You hit me! I'm on fire.
Yeah, the fire like that.
The fire. Oh god!
My rage at defense 19 was taken out on this afflictor. Like to hell with that guy.
Because you're rolling. What's the POW on the Roadhogs?
12s.
Yeah, so you're dice off like 3. Yeah, dice off 3 against the afflictor. That tingles.
There's 8, and then there's a dice off 4 with the. I think I shoot it twice with the.
You've got Targ in the
bone
list.
grinders. Oh yeah, and I use Targ, and I think I hit with that, and just to hell with that guy.
Yeah, because my afflictor's like, I'm gonna just hang out over here. This looks mostly safe. His army's really far away. Yeah, right. That worked out well for me. I will point out that his caster being in the little circle of doom the whole game, where he just moved into there. I really shouldn't have given him that side.
No, that little fortress was great.
That was a terrible decision.
I did.
Yeah, I gave him Fort Sturm.
I did a purely defensive feat here. Usually against hordes, I like to feat offensively. The feat reads as being purely defensive, and it is purely defense against War Machine. But against hordes, it's a surprising offensive, which is that if they have 1 fury or more on all of their beasts, and you feat and then attack their caster, they have 0 transfers.
Yeah,
which people forget that.
What does the feat do again?
The fury stat of all of your war beasts is reduced to 1.
All enemy war beasts control.
And so if all the beasts have at least like it reduces what they can do on your opponent's turn, and it does that to Warjacks as well. Warjacks can only be allocated 1 focus.
Yep.
And so that's fine, and people see that, but it doesn't occur to them. They've got because people do that all the time. All their beasts run or charge or do one thing. People put 1 or 2 fury on all their beasts all the time. They rarely leave 1 naked. Normally my Sturm and Drang lists have Saxon Orcs, so if they have 1 naked beast, I can usually get to it and throw a fury onto it. And then I feat, and they have 0 transfers, and that catches people way off guard.
Yeah.
But I decided with your force barrier, I wasn't likely to ever have a decent assassination attempt on you, and I knew you were going to feat your next turn.
Right.
There's no doubt you're going to try to jam into me and then feat defensively, so I decided to try to hold you there with those slaughterhousers. I
want to point out that this is where the Strider Deathstalker earns his whole paycheck.
Is not dying to that boosted charge. Yeah, that right there is huge, because if he died, then that beast gets to charge after the other one. I clear the zone, and life's good for me.
I like how you're pointing to the screen that nobody can see you.
Yeah.
Well, it helps with our conversation.
Yeah, as we point at it for each other. Now we're going to point at Andy with one finger.
The point is, so I've got those.
Fuckers.
I'm trying to put up a meat shield. I have the slaughterhousers down on the bottom, or towards the center of the screen, and I also threw a bone grind, a razor boar in there, just to try to keep his beast back, so that when he defensively feats, it's way on that side of the table, as opposed to in and amongst my entire army.
Right.
I won't spoil how well this works.
Yeah,
we'll keep the suspense.
We'll see in a minute. My favorite part. Oh no, I guess it's the next turn where you make the hilarious mistake, but we'll see that later.
It wasn't as bad, I suppose.
It wasn't as bad as it could have been, but the Breath Stealer here.
I covered up the mistake. I just did. I had to go to Plan B.
Yeah, he planned.
I was
B.
like, oh wait, Plan B.
I will point out that because I played against Sturm and Drang that Nathan was playing before, and I know about his surprise. All your beasts have a fury on them. Both of my angels are currently furyless, and I did that intentionally in case he feated this turn, and in case something terrible happened and he happened to land sprays on Saeryn. So that was planned. You
also didn't do what people oftentimes do against Sturm and Drang with Saeryn. This is the first game, actually, so it's now 3 out of 4 games I've had Sturm and Drang against Saeryn. This is the first time where somebody didn't have a beast just barely in her control range when she feats, because my favorite thing to do is to TK them out of the control range and then kill them with melee.
Yeah. Because
they're only immune in her control range.
The first 3 times I played Saeryn, I got a heavy beast killed on my feet in melee all 3 games. I played against you with Sturm and Drang. I played against our local Menoth John running Grail of all people. And I played against somebody with a drag. I think I was playing somebody who was playing Malice maybe. But yeah, it was frustrating.
Speaking of drag, how about that Prime Axiom?
Oh, God, double drag. Oh. I was just flipping through. I've got the no quarter at home, and I was flipping through, looking just at the full page for Father.
So that Razorback crew is going to fall just a little short of that Angelius.
Yeah.
So I'm sad. I was hoping for the POW 15 against the Angelius, so I'm just going to roll an Andy drift.
And I'm going to put the disc out here, and you can't see my face.
This is what we call an Andy drift. This is what we call 6 to the 6.
Oh, God. And I'm like, oh, sad face. And I'm like, wait, you're only catching one of them, and my luck's not that good. We should remeasure this, because this feels wrong. So we remeasure it. I put my disc up.
Yeah.
We very carefully measure it again. We mark it. Yeah, right. We're like, okay, let's do this like professionals. We're on video.
Because maybe one of the
No. It lands on top of the Swamp Gobber, and his buddy has to be base to base.
Well, you can see the disc and the ring are identical.
Yeah, you're
that Gobber's dead, and this Gobber's dead.
I'd forgotten about the boosted damage, so I was like, oh, maybe no.
And that Shredder takes massive damage?
The Shredder did take massive damage. I think you rolled the Shredder first.
There, and that was me congratulating the
high five,
Razor
guys.
Boar, or the Razorbacks.
And there goes my Swamp Guard. I don't know why I'm taking the Cloud off. The Cloud should still be there.
Because it's irrelevant.
It is irrelevant. I guess you'd fired your only thing the Cloud would affect.
I think, yeah.
This is me. I just picked up the scenario sheet because I wanted to read it and realized just how badly I'd screwed myself giving him that place for the Razor Boar crew. I was like, oh, that's going to hurt all game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my turn.
All right, so I pull in my Fury. Oh, wow. Like a classy player, I knock over all my models. They were mostly there. Don't even worry about it. If anything, I cost myself an inch forward.
The Afflictor sitting
I
at
had
4
to cut
hit points.
myself because I lost Fury on some of my beasts. Fire went out on my Afflictor. That Afflictor was at 2 health, by the way. 2 health on a dice -3 damage roll when the fire didn't kill him. It made me super duper happy. And there's my Scythian taking no damage. My Scythian...
He's on fire the whole game.
He's on fire the whole game. Doesn't matter because he's a Scythian. But the Afflictor being on fire was terrifying.
Stop knocking over your angels, Jeremy.
I'm sorry. The one in the rough terrain actually was legitimately a little wobbly. The one that was in the middle of the table that I bumped at the beginning of the turn,
slapped it.
You guys like, wham! I hate you. All right, so this is where I'm sitting here. I'm like, all right, so all my beasts get 1 Fury. That's frustrating. What is going on up there? That is... I don't know if you can pick that up over the mics, but there's a weird noise.
It sounded like a bunny alerting, when they step on the ground really quickly, except it was the floor above us.
Like the scene from Bambi.
Yes.
I think it's Bambi, or actually Thumper stuck in the dishwasher upstairs.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at things. I'm like, all right, well, I'm clearly feeding. Now what?
Yeah,
that decision's been made.
Herein lies the 6 minutes of Jeremy staring at the table, by the way.
Yeah, that is true.
I think my dinner's ready. No, my dinner's not ready.
Something
pantomimes were happening towards me. What's happening, woman?
Oh, Cole's baking.
Cole was baking, and so he was going apeshit stirring something.
Apparently.
So apeshit that we could hear it through the ground.
Here go my Strider Deathstalkers,
those guys.
making their money some more. Oh, look, I killed a Bone Grinder. Bone Grinders can go to hell. And my guy's like, oh, tough check. Or no, command check. They're fine. They don't care.
I mentioned this before on our podcast. Bone Grinders are one of my favorite 3-point solos.
I hate those guys.
I do think people should splash them into more lists. They do fill a niche.
If I didn't have Harriers and Strider Deathstalkers, I'd be more tempted to take them.
Well,
in Legion.
yeah, Legion
I don't think
probably
Legion
needs
need them.
Least.
Circle could use them.
When would use them scoring? I mean, Alt and Ashley, like, even if you bring the minion in, if you look like a 2-point sniper, they lose some range and damage on Alt and Ashley. They don't have the special ability, but they're magical and they're rat like 9, which is pretty nice.
Rat 11's
and
worse.
when they need to be, Rat 11's worse, but that's the 3-point version. The 2-point version, which is more analogous.
Yep.
And when they need to be, they can charge 4 different targets in melee.
What's their Mat 5?
They're Mat 5, POW 9. I mean,
That's not bad.
they'll kill average infantry.
I get work done with my Shepherds all the time, and
Yeah.
they're Mat like 4 POW 9.
Yeah.
Talismans are not that bad either.
Yeah, and Craft
I would-
Talisman is a great ability,
Plus
too.
2 range on a spell?
Yeah, on all spells.
And
All
that's
spells.
all-
Target Warcaster games plus 2 range on
that's
all
as
their
many
spells.
times as you want, right? It's the using
all
Animus that's
spells
once a game.
that
No, using Animus does also as much as you want.
Oh, they don't have a once a game?
No, they have no
2.
once a game. Each turn they can either zap, or they can give target Warlock plus 2 range to all of their spells, or they can cast a dead War Beast Animus.
spells that originate from the caster.
Yes,
though.
that originate
Right.
from the caster. Yeah,
I saw somebody,
No,
I don't
Arcane.
know who I played recently, somebody had the Bone Grinders, and they were playing them purely as a Craft Talisman. Like, that's
Yeah.
all they had the min unit. I think it was somebody at the tournament we played this last year.
It's a 2-point
in
solo that
Grim
can do that.
Wand-
It's just good.
Yeah, I mean, like the Squire does that as one of their abilities, or not
Actually,
Squire,
that's what it was.
Silas
He was
does that.
playing Epic Grim, and he was playing
Yeah.
a 2-point Bone Grinder
Grim-
unit that all it did was follow around going Craft Talisman.
And actually,
Craft
Grim
Talisman.
1 in Mark 1, people used to do that a lot, just
Yep.
because he has debuff spells,
Yep.
and he liked to throw that on people while staying safe.
Yeah, Grim 1 does too. It goes up to 12-inch range on
Yeah.
whatever that
If
spell
I
is.
remember
Troll
correctly,
players brought him for Craft Talisman a lot.
If I remember correctly, his spells go further than his control range. In the,
Yeah.
That's pretty good. The Epic version's a Fury 6, though, right?
So is the original one. They're both 6s.
Yeah.
Because his new spell, his really good unit debuff spell is
Mortality.
range 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it goes up to a
That is
12,
neat.
which is nice.
Yeah.
That spell, by the way,
Legion, from when I was playing Legion, I had a real hard time trying to fit in any other minions.
Yep.
It was just, it almost seems like better to play just faction.
I like
with
the
them.
Swamp Gobbers. The
Swamp
Swamp Gobbers are something I've
yeah.
seen people playing a lot lately, and I do like them in Legion.
Cheap. I mean,
Yeah, it's a point. I mean,
Yeah,
what are you
it's
going to do?
one
You're going to
point.
splash the Spell Martyr, or are you going to splash them? And if you've already got 2 Forsaken, you don't probably need a Spell Martyr also.
Well, like the Defense 21 on Saeryn is pretty sick.
yeah. Well, I was...
You don't-
I run them with Saeryn.
Yeah, I thought you don't have Swamp Gobbers in this list. I don't
Yeah.
see any.
How about go to hell?
your-
How
oh.
about go to hell?
do you have any? You don't have any spell martyrs?
No, I have 2 Forsaken. Oh, no, I have 2 Spell Martyrs. One died first turn, breast stealing the right
Oh,
flank,
okay.
and the other one's hiding behind the wall over on the left flank. I don't know if you can see it from where you are, Andy.
I don't know if you could tell. I'm not really paying attention to the
Yeah.
video, so therefore,
Yeah, Andy's just kind of being a peanut gallery for us.
yay!
And I really have burned like 4 minutes, and I don't think I've moved
nothing.
a model.
No, you activate that one Strider Deathstalker to kill one
Bone Grinder. Huzzah
Well
for me.
done.
I'm here to help.
Yeah. That's pretty much what my models appear to be here to do. It's okay, though, because you guys get to see me really just bear down on the table with my hands and just look intimidatingly at Nathan.
You
Wait,
hunch
let
like
me
a
see that
silverback
card.
gorilla.
Wait, let me see that card again. Wait. What was the stat on that guy again? Damn, I wish I had a good memory.
If only you could actually read. Like you pick that up just for the heck of it. And no.
Well, there's pretty
I
pictures
think-
on it.
Well, you should play
I know what
Mod
this
Pod's
was. This was, and this is an
Also
interesting little
good
thing.
pictures.
That was you not believing what I told you about assault. We are discussing a rule right here. If a model can't declare an assault against a target it's already in melee with, but he's going to try. His plan is to tie up my Roadhog with a Scythian. I can then still assault other things and get the sprays, even if I don't go 3 inches, even though I'm already in melee with the Scythian. And what's also annoying to Jeremy is the fact that since it's a spray, it still gets to hit the Scythian.
Yeah.
Like, the
By
Scythian
the way,
isn't
bullshit.
exempt from the spray. He just can't be the target of the assault.
But then your charge fails then.
Yeah, but you
yeah,
get
my
the
charge
assault
sprays,
attack.
but I get the spray. So
It's
the point
exactly
is,
as
like,
if you just sprayed.
Yep.
yeah, it's exactly as if I just sprayed while in melee. Like,
It's
they
the
have
stupidest thing
gunfighter.
ever.
They have gunfighter as long as I'm
Yep.
targeting something
Yep.
because of assault.
Yep.
So the point is, as long as I have a sliver of line of sight to, like, I don't know, Saeryn, my guys can still do sprays while in melee.
Because what I really wanted to do here is just jam Saeryn up in his face and then tie up both Roadhogs. And that plan was looking less good.
right, because they still get to spray her.
Significantly less good.
Although they still need 14s to hit the bitch.
Well, you know,
But,
happen.
on 3 dice, it can happen.
3 dice, it didn't happen.
And so far in the game, my luck had been un-Nathan-y.
That's true. You had reason.
I had that
you
good
got that
drift.
6 to the 6. You did have the razor bore on the right flank, kind of shit the bed.
He did miss something. But I had the
he
good
needed to
drift.
hit
I
a
had the 6 to the 6.
on a mat 5, so coin
Well,
flip.
so you had to roll a
It was a
10.
coin flip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coin flippy. A little less coin flippy. I think it's like 60%.
Yeah.
And then also I have my other big stroke of big luck is I think a Scythian does like 6 damage to one of my beasts in a minute or two here.
Yeah.
And then I don't have good luck anymore.
That's not true. That is not true. You had reasonable luck
That's
right up until the wheels come off the bus, which has not happened yet.
No, yeah.
You'd bought.
You kept moving your fucking fire tokens.
I was like,
all
I'm
game.
moving this out of the way so that I can see where things are going. And you're like, no, he's still on fire. I'm like, I know he's on fucking fire, Nathan.
Well, except I've had people, perhaps you included, like just have models move around and just kind of leave their fire tokens behind, and so it's like they migrate away from the fire, and it gets
the one
confusing.
I actually do a lot is
So I'm very
I forget
anal
to move
about
the
it now.
respawn token from Saeryn, and I'll move a beast up, and then they'll kill my guy, and I'm like, okay, he respawns, and they're like, how? And I'm like, oh, see the respawn token back in my deployment zone? I swear I cast it.
Yeah.
It's hard to convince people at that point. So I try to be much better about keeping my respawn tokens with my beast that I casted on.
I'm sad that Takedown doesn't RFP before respawn.
I'm sad that Takedown does an RFP before Tough.
Takedown does, because Takedown specifically says it.
Okay, I'm sad that the Afflictor doesn't take down prior to Tough, though.
Okay, well, because Takedown's a specific ability.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking, what is the... I don't even know what the Afflictor's ability is called.
Rape. No, it's... Oh, Andy made a sad face.
Andy's sad.
I do not approve of that nickname for the
Afflictor.
Afflictor. I do approve of making Andy sad by using it once. I had to get that out of my system.
At least I didn't say what the.
I didn't
do it.
mention
Don't
the
do
main
it.
character of Metal Gear Solid immediately after that.
You mean Solid Snake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Liquid Snake?
Or
No.
Liquid Snake.
Well, if Les Enfants Terribles had been triplets, what would the third one have been? Okay.
I just think it looks so much like a Mutalisk. I need to get a flying stand for it.
Oh,
'cause
it's
it looks
totally
so
Mutalisk.
much like a Mutalisk. And I'm really okay with that because I think Mutalisks are cool looking.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so here I am. You couldn't probably tell, but what I did is I attacked the pig beast, didn't kill it. Oh man, that's unfortunate. I guess I'll hit it with my second initial. Yay, bloodbath. So, and I did cast my Takedown Animus, but I completely whiffed on one of the two slaughterhouses.
So, I mean, both your Scythians so far,
only the one's gone. Only the plastic one's gone so far. The metal one has yet to go because I'm planning to free it up to go do something useful with its life
right.
by using my angel. So,
Speaking of angels, I was told recently I have the voice of an angel.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I don't believe it, but I
A
heard
nasally one.
Nasally angel.
Maybe he meant nasal and he just mistyped into angel. I don't know.
Angel.
The voice
You have
of
the
a
voice
nasal.
of a nasal.
All right, see, here goes my angel. See, it only took me about 6 minutes to come up with this plan, so it's pretty complex, very detailed. This is where I'm just making sure that I can keep him in my front arc and tow into the zone. I don't know why I'm towing into the zone because I have zero plans to clear it. So I don't know what my thought process.
Yeah, and you're
there
about to
was.
shove a Scythian into it under Saren's feet.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure why I cared that the angel was in the zone, but I did.
Obviously, your plan involved move shit forward.
That is pretty much what my plan was. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, he's tough. Oh, he's not tough
he's not
that
so
time.
tough.
No.
I get a second attack because I'm awesome. Yay! Too bad slaughterhousers are fearless. I will say this, that every time I face slaughterhousers, I dislike them. I think they're a really good unit.
Yeah.
I don't like takedown. I
So-
don't like finisher. I don't like they're fearless. I don't like that they're tough.
Might I point something out to you? You killed something with your angel right there, right?
Right.
Why didn't you overtake?
Valid question. I am bad at the game.
Learn your faction.
Learn to play, noob.
Why do those assholes have overtake?
It's so good.
Yeah, overtake it. That is the other thing about this list, just in general. It's so good against an infantry swarm. Between Bloodbath and Overtake and 2 Strider Deathstalkers and the Afflictor, like, it just mulches infantry.
Hey, look at that. You feeded.
Hey, I remembered. So this is where I write feed on a token because something that is a conversation you never want to get into is it's your opponent's turn and they say, you didn't feat, right? And you say, no, I totally did. And then the two of you look at each other and go, well, it's not marked, so I guess you didn't?
I do that ever since I got yelled at for not reminding my opponent my feet's up. I have a token that I put down next to my
Yeah.
caster saying feed.
I want to get one of those giant wooden tokens that I forget who makes. Is it Broken Egg Games?
I don't know.
There's like these giant round wooden tokens. There's just like feet on them, and I want to get one of those because then there's no missing the fact that I feeded. Because even though I write it on a token, I started doing this recently because somebody pointed out that I wasn't marking it. Okay.
And technically, in Steamroller 2013, everything, all spells and abilities and everything are supposed to be marked.
Yep.
It's,
even if it's not an upkeep, something that I always try to do with my PVL list is I have a disc that I write Insight on, and when I cast Insight, I put it out there so that we all agree I cast Insight and it's up.
I did just note the lower thighs of Nate Newby doing
Walking
his
by.
pelvic gyration. No,
Yeah.
he did pelvic gyration and
Oh,
then flashed
yeah.
the single in front of the clock. I'm happy to see that his pelvis was actually off camera.
Yeah, that's
Some
unfortunate for
people,
everyone.
it was like the Today Show window.
did-
People see a camera and they
Yeah.
immediately have to make asses.
We
of
did have a
themselves.
lot of people just walk over and be like, "Oh, you're videotaping? I'm going to make random weird comments," and then
Oh, look at you just moving my Roadhog.
yeah, I did.
Fucker.
Boom.
Game state.
Hacks. You know what? That movement of that, there I go dropping the dice again. That movement of that Roadhog is what wins me the game later. It's that millimeter.
There's 2 damage.
Yeah,
Oop, you hit him again.
Oh, that was terrible.
Good job.
Oh man, wait, bloodbath. Huzzah!
No, that was the second.
Oh, that's the second
there's,
damage roll.
there's like one
I'm
more
pretty sure I
damage.
rolled a 4
Yep.
there.
No, oh, that was 2 or 3.
Yeah, so I did 2 or 3 damage. 3 damage. I'm off 1, and then I missed with bloodbath, and then I'm gonna try to hit him with bloodbath, and I hit. So he dies. I must have animused.
No, you
I
did
didn't
not animus.
But he failed at the dice.
You didn't animus with either of your guys because of my feet. You wanted to be able to buy attacks and whatnot.
That's right. Actually, I may have animused with the plastic one.
You
I
might
don't
have.
remember.
I don't know.
At any rate, he missed one of the 2 guys, and then I just missed an attack roll against the. You can't tell it, but there's one of the Marx brothers is in like just past my Scythian next to his Roadhog there, but you cannot see it on camera.
Yeah,
And I totally missed it with my attack because those guys are defense 13, armor 14,
with 14 box, they're survival.
which is pretty good.
Oh,
That's slightly
here's me
better than
bragging
a
for the
Shredder.
camera.
Oh look,
Yeah.
Which
you
card
couldn't
is
really
that?
see. That was the Roadhog. I was showing off that he only took like 6 damage. He face tanked you.
He did face tank.
My
me.
hubris will be my undoing.
He face tanked my 1 Fury Scythian.
Fuck you.
We'll see how that goes next turn. Oh, jeez. So I'm feeling pretty good, and then I'm like, well, fuck, there's 2 heavies over there that I really haven't done anything about. Didn't I have a plan for them? Yeah, let's do this. This seems good.
Speaking of plans, I actually have a plan at this point, which is the fact that well, you're just moving them out of the way anyway. But the point is, that zone's totally clearable. You have 2 infantry models in that zone. I should be able to take care of them, especially since I have that Roadhog over there who can assault, spray, boost hit on both of them. It's feasible, especially since then if he frees up, well, the Razor Boar should frenzy, and with boosted to hit, he should kill that guy.
Yep.
And then I just have to kill that other one, which I have like 3 or 4 attacks I can throw over that way. And if I can clear that zone, then my Warhog is going to break the scenario point, the control point on your side.
Oh, this is where we have to go
the
get my
objective.
Incubi because we accidentally
Yeah.
moved my tray off of the table, so I put the camera up.
You attack Targ. Oh, no, it was a random
that was
slaughterhouse.
a random slaughterhouse.
The point is, my plan is to break that control point on your feet and then kill those 2 Strider Deathstalkers and dominate that zone and get 4 control points this turn.
Right.
In which case, then, I mean, I'm going to have this meat shield, and you're not going to be. You have flight and whatnot, but anything you get through, I should be able to take out with Slaughterhouse and everything after the free strike. So my plan at this point is to surprise scenario you.
Yep.
And
is your plan.
I unfortunately tip my hand a little and take away the surprise, which makes it much more difficult to do.
And that's because, by the way,
Also-
I made an Incubi. The Incubi went after Targ. The Incubi
Targ.
killed Targ, and
No, he
Targ
didn't.
said, "Fuck you, I'm tough."
You think I did not kill Targ?
Well, he knocked him down.
Yeah, he tripped.
Yeah, I had to combo strike. I didn't really trust that the one attack was going to be enough to kill him. In hindsight, because of tough, I should have done 2 separate attacks, but live and learn. What's Targ's armor?
He's like 14. He's like a
Okay.
13, 14.
So I should have gone for it. It would have been dice off 3, and on the charge, I probably kill him. So this is where I bring in the angel. It's like, I guess I'll get my 1 attack.
You missed.
And I missed, so
That's
nothing
good.
exciting there.
So yeah, I
So
had a good defensive turn.
so far, he hasn't really taken any damage. I've killed some slaughterhousers. He doesn't really care. Saeryn's camping, I think 3 at this point. If I'd moved my monkey
So
arms.
here's where I tip my hand because I don't think you're into the danger yet.
Yep.
I did that move to make the charge on the objective
Easier?
but I accidentally, completely irrelevant to that, put the pig into the zone, which I think reminded you of the zone, and then you immediately move one of your beasts into the zone under her feet. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you weren't going to put this shredder, the stinger over there.
It's the Harrier, and the Harrier was going that way.
Into the zone?
It was, because under the feet, well, it was going to go into the zone further back, where to get in the way of that Warhog. But then when you moved him up, I was like, "Ooh, I really don't want him going after the objective." So that's what I would have blocked you from going after coming across, but I don't think I'd have protected the objective had you not moved up. And you moved up via Watcher, I believe, correct?
Yes, I moved up via Watcher.
Yeah. Which, by the way, great spell. I really wish that P-Veil spell worked, that if you chose not to take the attack, you could keep moving. That would be great.
Yeah.
Her always-on ability, Dark Sentinel.
I got a token for you that you can use for a foot.
Does it look like a foot?
It does.
It's a foot. I have a foot.
When you feet, you use your foot. Is that a giant token from Battle Lore, or not Battle Lore?
No, that's from Warhammer. Fantasy. So
I would use this. I will put this
It's
in
an
my
actual
phone.
token from the Foot of Gork,
Works for me.
where it's like the orc god who just, when you cast a spell, just lands on
Puts
his
his foot down.
and starts smashing armies.
I will have to start using that. That'll be enjoyable for me.
So there you go.
All right, and then I hand my turn back. So it only took me 15 minutes to move my, 9 models? Something like
Try
that?
20.
I don't have not 20 models.
No, 20
Oh,
minutes.
20 minutes.
It was 55 when you
Yeah.
started that turn.
Yeah. If this had been time turns, I would not have had time to doodle around like that.
Right.
I think the end result would have been roughly the same, but I'm always really nervous with Sturm and Drang. They have a potential to just really come out of nowhere on you. And even with my feet, I was just nervous that something terrible was going to happen. I've had too many bad experiences with Sturm and Drang. All of them, courtesy of Nathan. I don't think I've ever played Sturm and Drang in the hands of anyone but Nathan.
You probably haven't played against pigs in the hand.
No, I played against a lot of pigs. It's always Carver.
Maybe,
It's
yeah.
always Carver.
Who honestly is my least favorite. I think Arcadius is baller. I think Sturm and Drang have a lot of neat tricks. I think I just missed with that frenzy attack.
Pretty sure that was like a trip snake or something
Yeah,
crazy.
it was something very sad.
Yeah.
So unfortunate. So much for clearing that zone.
Strider continuing there in his paycheck.
I mean, a lucky assault spray across all three of those models could still definitely kill those two
yeah.
Striders and my pig, but I don't care about my pig anymore.
Nope.
So my plan at this point is still in effect. What I need to do, it's going to be expensive though, is TK that angel out of melee with my pig,
Yep.
and then TK, and then walk around, then TK myself into the zone, and then TK the Harrier out of the zone.
Yep.
So it takes all 7 of my Fury, and 2 of those TKs are into melee, and only 1 of them is boosted. So I'm probably actually going to sneeze.
Bless you.
So I think that over, and then I pretty much abandon it. But I still want to go and assault over there just to kill those assholes and everything. So I'm planning on TKing and boosting to hit the angel because I only need the 11. It's a coin flip.
Yep.
And it's super good if it works. It's definitely super good because then I can shoot that boosted POW 15 Razorback up its butt.
That measurement was him really hoping he was in my melee range so that he wouldn't actually have the penalty.
Yeah.
But he wasn't.
No, I was not. It was also checking if I would be able to walk. It was actually seeing if I could TK myself over the wall into melee and then do it and then move out. But the walls, because I'm a medium base and not a small, I can't get over the wall.
Yeah, hopping a wall as a medium base is not doable.
If I was a small base, I could hop the wall.
Yeah.
Or if the wall was less than a half inch, which it is not.
It would have to be, yeah.
Yeah.
And most walls, I think the official designation of a wall is a half inch. Most walls you see in
No.
tournament
The
play.
wall template that like spells and stuff put out is 3/4 of an inch.
Is it
actually.
really? Because you definitely
Yeah.
see at tournaments that they're always over a half
Well,
inch.
this kit, the kit that Brian uses to make these walls and everything that a lot of us use, is a half inch wide. So you see half inch walls a lot.
They're not quite, though. I've measured them. Like, they're just slightly
They're
more.
around a half
They're
inch.
around a half inch.
Approximately, yeah. But the point is the wall template in the book is 3/4 of an inch.
Huh, I did not know that.
4 inches by 3/4 of an inch is an official wall spell wall.
Interesting.
I missed my TK.
Haha! Plan ruined. By
Hilarious
luck.
thing about TK, since it's an offensive spell into melee, it deviates like normal. But then if it hits a friendly, TK automatically hits friendlies, so you don't have to roll to hit. So it's like, oh, I guess I just TK'd that guy.
Yeah, there were 4 guys, so we were like 1 through 4. These guys 5 and 6 reroll, which is why he rolled 2 dice, not 1.
Because the 6 was a reroll.
Yep.
So at least I freed up Chico.
Yay, Chico!
Or whoever.
And
that
Chico's getting ready to go off and do something glorious for the motherland,
is. Nah,
as I recall.
not that glorious. He's free. He's free to roam. He's a free range piggy.
And is he
shift the camera? That camera liked to shift you to the left.
Yeah,
We're
this
seeing
camera
more
is
and
just
more of you and
slowly
less of me.
shifting. I'm not really sure how that happened, but
Just apparently just the way the table was, it liked to go that direction.
something that I'm noticing as we watch this is
how
I
big
can't
your
decide
gut
if,
is.
Well, I already knew that. Is I can't decide if it would be more or less enjoyable if you could see our faces, but it's a little weird watching disembodied arms and chests play War Machine.
Well, it would be less enjoyable to see my face. I don't have the beautiful face that you do. I'm not the face of.
I have a face for radio.
Aw. Picture radio.
Katie, though. Katie, people would pay good money to watch a video of
Well,
Katie.
no, this camera angle would be great for Katie because it would just be her cleavage the whole time.
That's true.
Yeah, I could disembody your head though. if you want, I could.
We could have pictures of our faces on the sides of the screen.
Well, no, just like your.
Oh,
head.
I pulled a Jeremy. My
Oh, there goes your dice. Yep.
That's
That's my move. Quit stealing my moves.
So I spray the angel just for good measure because hey, why not? I have a
not?
spray, boost the damage because why not? It ignores melee, might as well.
Yep.
Oh no, it wasn't him. It was the afflictor. Yes, I finished off the afflictor. That's what I sprayed. Stupid afflictor.
The afflictor was not in my control range. I was expecting it to die, but then he sprayed it, so it didn't even buy me anything. I was hoping it would at least be like, "Oh, your slaughterhousers have to do something." No, he just took it out. That thing having reach, by the way, is I don't know if people are aware just how good it is that guy has reach. It's really nice.
Reach is Reach is up there as far as best abilities in the game.
Yeah. And on a Speed 7 light, it's really good. You don't see a ton of lights with reach.
So trying to spray and get that the Forsaken back there.
Yep.
Unfortunately, or fortunately,
I believe you do. I believe you hit him.
Oh yeah, fuck you, Forsaken.
Yeah. We're like, well, let's just double check. Yep, that's unfortunate for me. You got me.
So this was that assault shenanigans where even though I was in melee to start, I was still able to assault the objective and get the spray all the way across.
You have to see my beautiful face. Everyone at home was happy. Oh, and you got to hit the objective. That was the other thing you were going for, was the objective. I think that's technically what you targeted.
Yeah, it's what I targeted just because I don't think I could actually see the Shepherd.
But then you missed the Forsaken because of Def 14 is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Def 14, Arm 14, by the way, on a solo that also does other cool things.
I only needed a 9 boosted.
Really nice. Yeah, I'm just saying, I like Forsaken stats a lot.
Yeah.
They're pretty glorious.
The
14 armor is actually the one that shocks me. The 14 defense for a solo like that doesn't shock me, but 14 armor is really good.
Yeah. That is 14 is pretty high.
And then you spray the angel, and then you damage the angel a little bit, I think. Maybe.
More importantly, on fire. Everything's on fire.
I'm not getting my marker, so you must not have actually damaged me.
No. I just had
I'm busy putting away all the models he killed. Mostly my swamp gobbers. Oh, alas, poor swamp gobbers. I barely knew thee. Turns out they weren't that hugely important in this game. I've had other games where those things are just amazing. Having those guys in front of your caster so that he's untargetable by a lot of stuff is really cool.
The gobbers? Yeah. It's similar, like it's easy to just keep him behind, just think about just cloud, but the cloud in front all the way, or even just them themselves being there.
Yep.
Even with the cloud, they still would block the line of sight to the caster.
Yep.
Like that's a big thing a lot of people do badly with Alexia 1 is they keep all the Risen way behind her as hit points, which is fine, but against a ranged army, it's actually way better to put 3 or 4 of them in front of her as an actual line of sight blocking wall, because then they block entire attacks instead of 1 hit point each.
Yeah, no, it is good. By the way, I can't stand playing against that chick. I hate her.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, you get. I think the Shamblers work for Legion, don't they? Like
Hordes
has Alexia now.
I don't actually know, but yeah, the Shambler. I'm excited to see how the Shamblers work. We don't have.
Here we go, pal. Matt 8 charges. I'm sure this will go well.
This will certainly go well. And he's like, "Well, I'll send 2. I don't need 2, but I'm going to send 2.
No.
I'm going to send 2 just.
I knew I needed to send 2.
And this guy's I'm just gonna run him, hereish.
Well, the thing is, your feat doesn't last into my turn, so I'm just trying to get as many reach Weapon Master free strikes as I can in various places to just try to, because you're getting into my grill here.
Yep.
That was
yay! Sad face.
I don't want play. I have a medium base caster, and you have 2 angels.
That is true.
So I don't want safe places for your angels to go.
Boy, are those guys good against medium base, large base casters, by the way. And there you go, killing him.
Yes,
Aww.
Bone Grinder charge back arc.
Poor Incubi.
Shazam.
Oh, sad face. Did you forget to take your Slaughterhouser attack against my Harrier over there?
Your feet is up.
Ah, yes. Valid point.
So I didn't forget. I just don't get one.
You just don't get to do that. You could have attacked your guy with the charge.
You're right. I could have attacked my own beast.
I would have permitted it.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
So, obviously, we're getting down to...
Boom. Go,
excitement.
cannon.
Cannon's
Shoot that Scythian. Oh, and actually, he rolled snakes, I think. Oh, no, there's damage.
Totally
yeah.
I was like, boosted damage is really starting to get on my nerves right about now. A PAL 15 boosted hurts even a Scythian is like, it kind of tickles a little.
Well, what are your armor, 19?
18.
18? So, I mean, that's 7 damage on
you'll
average.
notice my Shredder is getting the fuck out of Dodge. He's like, I'm going to stay back here, guys. Don't worry about it. I've decided that gun scares me. And then something?
Just tying up melee.
Just
tying up both your beasts of melee. Like I said,
yeah.
at this point, it's just a free strike.
Get in the way.
Yeah, as many free strike vectors as I can possibly get with
my
those
beautiful
guys.
face again. It looks like we have like 2 or 3 people. You can just see the shorts. Like we have 2 or 3 bystanders at the moment, it looks like. Everyone's like, oh, video. I'm going to come watch and make comments. But tricks on them. They don't get to have their comments heard. Oh, I'm so excited about what's about to happen.
Fuck
Nathan.
you.
I'm so excited about what's about to happen.
Fuck you. Boom.
So
bring
he's
it
moving
in.
up an
Rat
entire
9.
unit of bone grinders.
Just the min part. So rat 9.
Rat
Boom,
9.
rat 9.
You
Gonna
got
kill
this.
this bastard.
You got this.
You're done.
You're
done.
I don't have a chance. There's no
Rat
way.
9. I
Rat
need to roll
9.
a
You
5.
need a 5. Totally going to happen. And, sad face.
I'll just put those dice back down.
It'll be fine.
I didn't need to hit that guy anyway.
Well, these are brand new virginal dice, too, aren't they? Didn't you get rid of all your other dice after the tournament?
Yeah, I got rid of my... and they were casino dice, too.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like,
Nathan had a bad experience.
I had a bad experience. So I went and I was going to throw them away, and then I stopped and said, hey, does anybody want any casino dice? And I wasn't even done with the sentence, and Brian was like, me!
Yeah.
Just like hopping up and down like a kid at
Silly
school who knows
girl.
the answer.
By the way, we forgot to point out when Zeppo or Groucho or somebody went up after the objective, and you did do quite a bit of damage to it. As I recall, it was at like 9 of its 15 HP when he was all done. So he did get up on the objective, and it's on fire.
Yeah. His fire, between the boosted fire damage, and him doing a little bit of damage. I mean, I'm starting to whittle down the objective.
Yeah, the objective's getting close to dead. It's a point, but we're playing Death Clock, so I decided I didn't care if he got a point.
Right.
On the other hand, I'm not using it for anything, and it's something tying up one of his little baby beasts, so I'm okay with it. Like, at this point, it seems unlikely to me he is going to dominate his own zone, and while controlling my zone is definitely feasible, if he were to go after dominating it, I would actually be really okay with that turn of events right here.
Why?
Because I am expecting, since your turn's mostly over, that I will be able to clear out enough that I don't have to worry about the meat shield problem we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
And then you're out from behind that goddamn wall.
That's true.
And that wall was in my way, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So this is where this guy's like, oh, giant open path to caster. Probably shouldn't let that happen.
So I ran to there.
So his Warhog's turn was running there. And he did take a free strike from my Harrier. I hit, boosted damage. I think I did a point, maybe.
Maybe. Let's
Maybe.
see.
I did something.
Boop.
I did at
Yep,
least a
1 point. That was a 1 point dab right there.
Yeah. So my Harrier, pretty all-star right there. Pretty clutch.
Way to go, Harrier.
You know? Not everybody can be as awesome as my Harrier, but
yeah, so this turn basically just turned into damage control for me.
yeah. Well, and I mean, the thing is, the Warhog wasn't going to do a lot anyway, because he's melee only, and I'd blocked his... I guess he could have trampled to my objective over the Harrier?
He could have.
I don't know. I think what you did with him worked out okay. But Saren's feat is pretty ball-busting.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it can be mitigated to some extent, depending on the list. I wouldn't risk this matchup if we were playing list chicken.
Right.
Against Saeryn, normally I would take my Carver list.
And the Carver list is solid against Saeryn.
You just got 2 full units of brigands who can do their CRAs.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, so that does shit during your turn. And then I can usually outlast it with Batten.
Yep.
We'll see.
The 2 lists I was planning to play were either P-Vale or Saeryn, and I just diced it and happened to get Saeryn. I would have happily played P-Vale in this matchup as well. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think either matchup's terrible for me. I agree that Carver versus Saren's a little bit problematic for me.
Yeah, comparatively speaking. Because, I mean, I can put 2 big POW 20s onto your guys on your feet turn, which can definitely do some damage.
Yeah. And those CRAs were really a problem for Angels that rely on their defense getting them partway there. And their defense is just no good against a 10-man CRA.
No.
So he whittles around a little bit. My Flictor's dead. My Incubi is dead. Targ's back up and functional.
Hooray for everything.
Hooray for everything.
It was damage control.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like...
It wasn't a bad turn for you.
No.
And if you'd remembered your voodoo, which I assume you're going to explain in a second here.
Yeah, I mean I'm probably down at this point. I think it's 60-40 in your favor.
I would agree.
Which isn't horrible.
No.
But I do make one huge blunder coming up, and I'm positioned perfectly.
Yep.
We'll see if people playing along at home can figure out. The only spell I have up right now is Watcher on Sturmendring, and all of my beasts are near Sturmendring, and that's for a very specific reason. It'd been so long since I played Sturmendring, I forgot why I do this. Like, I literally forgot my own strategy. I subconsciously lined myself up for success, and then I failed. Instead, I am currently consciously in the game planning for something that's not a sure thing. It's probably a 50 to 60% likelihood of success, and it's the more obvious thing, and it's what most people would do with this arrangement, and it's not the 100% sure to work but not as awesomely thing that I'm actually doing.
Agreed. And the thing is that I didn't have to walk into your voodoo trick either. Like, we'll see in a second how I walk into it. But
You don't really have a choice.
I do. Well,
it's kind of like saying
I'll show you where I make the mistake.
It's kind of like saying I don't have to kill people under Constance Blaze's feet. Well, sure, you don't have to. Then her feet is nothing dies. I mean,
I'll show you what I mean in a second here. I think I made a blunder that would have slowed you down, but your voodoo still would have worked, just not quite as well. So first I move in the angel. I don't know why I was worried about it because that Slaughterhouser is really not going to do that much damage to my Scythian, but I didn't want to take a free strike. I wasn't really planning to move the Scythian anyway, so I don't know what I was thinking. But I decided to go in. I take my armor-piercing shot against the Roadhog, which is the right decision.
Yep.
I boost it because I've had my angels betray me just too often, needing 6
Oh, yeah,
to hit.
you always boost the armor-piercing charge. I don't care if it's a defense 10 Warjack. You don't take the 1 in 36 chance.
Yep. So, and then
Plus
he re-rolled pretty well. I think I rolled like a 13 there.
Yeah, you do massive damage.
Like, that was really, really good. And then, as long as I'm here, I guess I'll take a shot at a Slaughterhouser, because, why not? Yay, Slaughterhouser. I hit. Yay, dead Slaughterhouser. And
nope, fuck you, ha.
And then he toughs, and I go, okay, well, I auto-hit and damage.
You really hate that Slaughterhouser.
And now he dies. Fuck you, Slaughterhouser. Well, he was kind of the last thing over there that I was really worried about, and I just didn't want him going after my Forsaken either.
Right.
Because that would be terrible. Or, for that matter, somehow sneaking in against Saeryn. Because Saeryn is a lot easier to hit in melee.
Yeah, I mean, he hits her with an 8 if he gets the charge off. So, that's handy.
Yeah, that's not cool. So here's where I make my mistake. Is I'm about to activate the Scythian, that's the forward Scythian.
Yeah.
And I'm diddling around, and then I move my guy. And the thing is, if you look, all I'm doing is changing my facing
to try to get
But I wasn't
more stuff.
I wasn't in range. Like, I already had everything. The only thing I'm doing is there's a baby pig that I was turning to face.
Or I think the last remaining Slaughterhouser. It's the last remaining Slaughterhouser. I just promoted the Slaughterhouser.
Okay, but either way, that turn was a mistake. So I know what Watcher does.
Yeah.
And if I just don't move, he doesn't get to Watcher.
So what Watcher does, the mistake I make is see, I
you
almost did the right thing.
Wait,
no. Nope, I choose not to.
Choose not
fucking A. So the correct thing to do is to just leave melee. Just give up a free strike, take some damage, and survive. You can't buy attacks against something that's not in your melee. And Watcher can trigger infinite times if you don't attack. So every single one of my beasts has admonition, and so that's going to give him fits. He'll move up to attack my Roadhog, it'll walk away. He moves up to attack my Warhog, it'll walk away. And all my beasts will take free strikes, which hurt, but they're not dead. And the next turn I can heal the 1 or 2 damage on each of them and just kill. And instead I went for the knockdown on the Gore, just hoping to knock down the Scythian. I mean, it's boosted. Odds are there. Maybe I'll do it. And if I don't knock him down, if I do big damage, it's dice -5. If I do 7 or 8 damage to an odd number, I might take out a system.
Yep.
Maybe, but that's a maybe.
Yeah.
Even if it's 50-60%, it's a maybe, whereas just walking out of melee with every single one of my beasts is a guarantee.
Yeah. And then here's also my dice, FYI, explode on this turn.
You have not spent a single Fury, and
Bloodbath triggered.
Yep.
And look.
So
that's I think a dead beast.
That was
All
0
3
Fury
attacks.
spent.
Yep.
0 Fury spent.
Oh, an unwounded beast just died.
And a Roadhog's gone.
Yep. And now I'm going to hit the Roadhog with the Bloodbath attack.
And
and then I missed the Roadhog with the Bloodbath attack. Then I hit the Slaughterhouser that I triggered Watcher just to get in my melee range. That was dumb. See, that's what I was saying, is that Scythian could have done his work without moving.
You know what work he wouldn't have done? Killing the Warhog.
The Warhog that you walked up next to him.
Fucking
that was kind of a bonus for me.
Yeah, I just was hoping for that knockdown. It was a foolish hope.
Yeah. And here's where I start to miss attacks and stuff.
But hey, that's what shaking the rust off is for. Now I'll remember why I keep Watcher on my caster, who's 4 inches behind all my beasts at all times.
Yep. Just like P-Vale. I do the same thing with P-Vale. I walk away. So at that point, a Scythian has done way, way more damage than I even thought it could, because I forgot about Watcher. I did not expect him to Watcher up into my melee range and let me kill 2 heavies. That was kind of a bonus for me.
To be fair, you shouldn't.
I shouldn't have. That is true. My dice were explosive. But now Watcher's gone, so now he has just nothing he can do to save the other Roadhog, and my Scythian is desperately trying to kill that guy, which I just finally killed, so that my back Scythian can go after the Roadhog, which is exciting for me.
Side note: while my entire army dies due to one error, because then the Warhog would still be alive. Your Scythian moves up, the Warhog just walks away. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah. So lesson learned. It's. Win or lose, the important thing is knowing why you won or why you lost, so that you can either repeat it or not repeat it in the future.
Yep.
And I definitely remembered the Watcher trick. It's especially good with Vision. If I hadn't have taken that, that's why I took no damage from the free strike from the Harrier. Was Vision was up.
No, it was from the Angel when you walked by the Angel originally. You used it for the Angel, and then you didn't have Vision on anymore from the Harrier, but the Harrier did no damage.
That's right. Anyway, the point is, with Vision up and with Watcher, I actually do have full-fledged admonition on that Warhog, which is great.
And isn't Watcher a full advance, or is it just?
It's full advance.
It's better than
admonition. It's like preemptive and live, and I don't know what you want to call it. The point is,
good.
It's a good combo, and I just threw it out. I just
what are we doing with a laser?
I don't know. I'm probably just being a douche nozzle. What was I going to say? While you murder my army, I want to mention that. So I watched the first episode of the new season of Arrested Development this morning, and it was kind of meh.
Yeah, I've actually watched several of them. I think I've watched 5 or 6, and they're okay. The problem I have is what made the show, and I had this conversation with Brian earlier, 2 things made the show great. Great writing, like it was cleverly written, and the interaction of the characters.
Right.
And they decided, you know what, we'll keep the good writing, but interaction of characters is for losers, so we're just not going to do that in this extra season.
It actually wasn't a conscious choice. Like, I looked into it, and it's just so many of them had other engagements, other I don't know the word I'm looking for, obligations, like to movies and other shows and things like that they just couldn't. They couldn't get everybody free. It even went so far as some of the scenes people are green screened in.
Really?
Like, they filmed, especially like any scenes with the 2 Lucille's together are completely, they filmed them separately and green screened them together.
Wow.
So that kills a lot of the interplay and the interaction. Like, I don't think Arrested Development had much, if any, improv to it. But it definitely felt like a natural flow, to it, and it doesn't. At least the one episode I watched, because that's all I had time for while waiting for work, was just felt more stilted, more just scripted.
Andy's yelling from the stairs that it gets better, but
yeah, he really, really liked episode 9. He told me, which is funny because Brian posted like, I only watched the first 8, and then so
there's where his other heavy beast dies. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty good.
I got this.
This seems strong for me.
Whatever. This is fine.
You'll be all right. You know, really, the strength of most Hordes list is their support infantry.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you do still have that goddamn Razorback crew.
I don't think it's going to kill 4 heavies.
Here's what I don't understand is why that Razorback crew never decided to go after that Forsaken on the right flank.
It's too far away.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's only range 14. If you remember, its range only barely reaches to that across that shrubbery, which is why it drifted onto your guys in the first place.
That's right.
Yeah,
and you certainly can't move it because it's light artillery.
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, in different circumstances, I would have moved it up to where Sturmdrang are,
right?
Because then it's got a lot more range to it. But
so at this point, I'm thinking to myself, well, that went way better than it should have. I guess my Angel will attack a caster because that's always fun.
Sure, why not?
So boosted attack across the wall.
Oh, need like a. I guess you'll.
I guess I'll roll like a 15.
Oh my god! Yeah, at some point coming up here, you rolled like 666 and then 665, and then it's you rolled so many
Somewhere
sixes.
Right in here, you can't tell the moment on video, but at some point I did cripple a system, and it was Nathan's system, and it was his spirit.
Yeah. I do weep copious tears coming up. This turn, you definitely had the devil's luck.
I did.
Things like I said, things I screwed up. I made a big blunder that gave it to you, but didn't help that your dice decided to just finish the job. Oh yeah, that transfer killed my like. I'm pretty sure that beast was healthy. No, it wasn't fully healthy. You'd done like 4 damage to it with the Strider, but so I think you did 15 damage to Sturm because it overkilled him and brought damage back to my caster.
Yep.
And you buy an attack and that'll hit 2. Why not?
No, that one missed.
Oh,
that
okay.
second one missed. And then my Strider's like, oh, well, I guess if the zone's mostly clear, we'll just kind of do some work over here.
Speaking of Arrested Development, by the way, it's funny.
I got him.
There's a little incestual thing going on that amuses me between Bob's Burgers, Archer, and then like Arrested Development. There's so many people from those 3 shows that are on each other. Like, Jeffrey Tambor was on. I'm watching season 3 of Bob's Burger on Hulu Plus. I told Brian I was sad because I'd finished season 2 on Netflix and season 3 isn't out on Netflix yet. He's like, well, it's on Hulu Plus. I was like, yoink, bye, and I just ran and started watching it. But Jeffrey Tambor was on an episode I just watched. And then they had 2 of the 3 kids were on the season finale of Archer.
Well, in one of the episodes of Arrested Development, there's actually a scene where you see a building with ISIS in the background.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
and it's like months before the show Archer came out.
Oh, that's
hilarious. But they'd already planned that was going to be the name of the organization.
Yeah, and then of course Archer actually was Bob in a mid-season episode this season.
I thought that was the first episode this season.
Was it the first? Oh yeah, it was the first one. You're right.
He had amnesia or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is when my Forsaken just runs over there. I don't know what I was worried about. I really don't. I was like, I guess I'm afraid you're going to go after Saeryn. Because
you just Fury removal, whatever.
The Forsaken moved up there. Like I intentionally put it right next to your pig. I was
to block the pig. Just so I couldn't walk around and get a couple. It's not like you don't have 80 transfers and plenty of beasts to transfer to. You're just playing safe. Nothing wrong with playing safe. Like it literally would have been impossible for me to kill you. The best I could do is roll all 6s and have you transfer a shitload of damage, and then it wouldn't have mattered. You'd still win, but no reason to allow it.
No reason to chance it. And I've still got that Spell Martyr back there. This particular game just didn't feel the need for that second Spell Martyr.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I probably should have moved him up so that I had the option to Breath Steal Stern.
Sure.
Like, just to keep that chance alive. And the flank that he's over on, he's not going to get anywhere. With all the reach over there, he's not going to get somewhere good to arc that spell from.
No.
So he should have switched flanks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, I can't hang on to this much Fury. My guys are all fully loaded. This is a tough decision. Because what I'm thinking to myself is maybe terribleness happens with Sturm coming over the wall and going after me somehow. I don't know how I thought that was going to happen, but I was a little worried about it. And then maybe the Bone Grinders come after me. And I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking about it, and looking at my spell card. And in a minute here, light is going to dawn on Marblehead, and I'm going to realize that I can blow that Fury in such a way that spells can't target me because I'm playing Saeryn. So in a minute here, I'm going to figure that out, and I'm going to cast Banishing Ward on myself. Come on, Jeremy. Come on. You played this game a lot.
Now you know how frustrating it is to watch you play.
Oh, my God.
Like, see how dumb you are?
It's like watching a monkey play the game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to just drop. Like, I'm seriously at this moment contemplating just dropping the Fury.
No, well, you were thinking a lot about doing a Blightbringer off that angel to clip. That's why you kept measuring your melee range to see how close Sturm was. You were thinking a Blightbringer could do massive damage to me because my one remaining. All right, I might have 2 remaining beasts. The point is, the one up by the objective is full on Fury.
Yep.
And if I have another one somewhere, which I thought I did, but I don't see
one.
It might be behind one of your Scythians.
Yeah, it might be over there.
He's not like there's a lot of room for damage.
Well, and I think you might have been out of transfers.
That's also possible.
I think you used your one transfer to transfer the big angel hit.
Yeah.
But either way, I finally realized that I can play this game, and I can cast a spell called Banishing Ward, and so I do.
Although you do cast Banishing Ward, and then you drop a Fury, and then you move over and have your Shredder cast Tenacity.
Because I'm bad at the game. Yeah. I'm like, oh, right. That's what I should have done with that. And I did say this at the time of the game. I was like, yep, that's definitely what that one Fury should have been, was casting Tenacity.
Yep.
But,
keep hitting that camera.
Live and learn. I don't even know who's hitting it.
Nobody's hitting the camera. The table's shaking, the way the camera was, I guess it wouldn't tighten down enough. It just keeps listing to its left.
It loves
you.
The camera loves
me. It hates me. I'm repugnant to cameras.
But at least we can still see the action. I was a little afraid it was going to be like watching my deployment zone at the end, which would have been terrible.
No.
So I've used up. I've got 20 minutes left on my death clock. I'm feeling like the game's basically over. Nate's got 32. There are lists and there are matchups where you're going to use up your death clock. But I will say that even us playing, I mean, we were playing friendly. We were chatting. People were coming by the table. There was never a concern about either of us running out of time on our death clock. And I like that about death clock. Andy yelled spoiler alert. I'm not really sure why.
I don't know.
I think anyone watching at home has realized that the game's probably not going to dice down /time at this point.
Hey, since this is kind of our substitution episode, I'm gonna make a recommendation now mid thing, and it's kind of a nebulous one, so I'm glad to do it on kind of a non-episode, which is I'm gonna recommend A Failure, which is specifically a movie. I believe it's still on Netflix. I saw it on Netflix called The Exam, and it's actually super good for the first hour and 15 minutes, and then the last 15 minutes of it ruin the movie. Oh. So, well, it's worth watching. Number one, it's worth watching for the first hour and 15 minutes. I thought it was really, really well done. It's one of those, it's kind of like Lost, the TV show, where there's a bunch of people in a situation and they're trying to figure out the situation. Okay. It's not as weird as Lost. The situation is they're all applying at a job interview, and the job interview, basically, they're locked in this enclosed room, and this guy gives them instructions. They all have a single sheet of paper, and the guy's like, answer the question. Bye. And he leaves, and like people keep doing things wrong. They're trying to figure out what the question is, and it's like if you ruin your paper, you're disqualified. And so somebody starts writing down like I think I deserve the job because, and then the security guard just throws him out. And so they're trying to figure out. They're trying to see like if the paper's special, and there's all these puzzles, and it's really cerebral and really interesting. And then nebulous pseudo spoiler, the answer ends up not being interesting. Like this whole puzzle, the puzzle isn't worth the reveal at the end. So
it's unfortunate.
But I don't know, sometimes it's worth experiencing something that doesn't succeed to think about why it doesn't succeed. And honestly, the first hour and 15 minutes of the movie are really, really good and very interesting. If it had a stronger finale, it would be one of my favorite movies. But so it's worth watching just to see... As a film buff, it's interesting to me to see failures almost as much as it's interesting to see successes. Yeah. In fact, a big thing I've often said is people remake...
He did TK me away from Sturm and Drang.
Well, that time you were in Melee, so
yeah,
I
was
could.
in Melee, but it's still over the wall. I still get the over the wall benefit.
Yeah, that's true.
So, it's the exact same as being in Melee.
That's true. Run away!
Rolled the 11, ran away.
But anyway, people remake successes. Like, they're like, Star Trek was successful, do a remake, and this and that. And even go so far as, like, the Psycho remake from a decade or so ago was a shot-for-shot remake. They literally just reshot Psycho. And the thing is, a success was already successful. Yeah. You don't need to redo it. It was already done well. What people need to do is take things that failed and try again.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Just give it another go. Movies that just didn't quite work, and just give them another shot.
I can see that. I haven't seen this particular movie, but I'm intrigued now. So
so it's definitely worth seeing. If nothing else, watch the first hour, 15 minutes of it, and then shut it off. Yeah. Or watch the last 15 and go, oh yeah, like that was a squandering.
That was too bad. So not much happened that turn. He did get his caster.
I ran away.
His caster ran away from insta-death.
Yes.
Harpo or Groucho, whoever that is, up front, managed to kill my Forsaken, and not quite. I think you put the objective to like 14 damage or something.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to figure out how do I prolong the game.
The thing is, I'm doing this.
He is backstriking my angel.
The one Slaughterhouser that I just picked up could have finished off the objective just for the moral victory of having 1 point, and hypothetically, I'm never going to win on scenario now,
right.
But the points worth it, like for tiebreakers and stuff like that. If this was a tournament, and obviously even casual games, I want to play correctly, quote unquote.
Right.
So that guy's just going to go ahead and hit.
Whoa!
And then
talk about hit on the table.
Do
almost no damage,
like 2 damage. I guess we'll just have a charging weapon master do 2 damage, but that's okay.
Because you got another one.
So we'll just roll that other one, and he'll
hit in the butt, and then
do like another. No, you can actually see the dejection in my hand, like as I set it on the table next to the dice.
Yeah, you can't see his face, but if you could, you know what it would look like.
Yeah.
I get to see a little bit of my face again.
Oh, hey, look, random slaughterhouse. Another slaughterhouser on you.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah. No, this is not good.
No, things are not going terribly
No,
well.
your last turn was obviously just disastrous to me. At this point, it's just not concede. Yep. Oh, but I have this.
Oh, but this will work out.
Yes,
surely
these
this
guys are
will
going to
work.
come up. I'm going to have a full 6-man unit.
Rat
11. Shoot that goddamn Forsaken.
Yep, only need a 3. That's all you need, Nathan.
There we go.
Good
And
job. Good job.
Oh,
Man, that's heartbreaking.
Oh, you don't need to take the cap off that marker.
No, I did. I'm pretty sure you took a point.
Something irrelevant.
Yep, pretty sure that was a point right there.
See,
What's the POW on those guys?
11s.
So, dice minus 3, it's pretty expected to do 1 damage.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, it's your previous turn and my current turn. The dice averaged out between the two of us.
They did.
You rolled a lot of 5s and 6s, and I rolled a lot of 1s and 2s.
Yeah. I don't know that you could have saved it because
I
that
could not
angel
have saved
that angel did have respawn on it, so I wasn't going to lose a heavy, and losing the Forsaken was going to be meh. But it was really demoralizing. Like I kind of felt bad.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Nathan took it pretty well.
But there's demoralization yet to happen.
Oh, my favorite part of the game is about to happen.
Also, I had to. You were going to do all kinds of safe stuff. I'm like, God damn it, Jeremy! If you don't win this turn, I'm going to punch you. You're like, but I can't. And this. And I'm like, no, yes, you can. And so, like, you would have done. I mean, obviously, you're not that bad, but I was like, just do this.
End me. End my misery.
Fire damage.
Fire damage.
Oh.
I'm not going to pick up a marker.
Fire damage. Do that.
Oh, no marker pickup. And then the objective and my side. This is where I'm pretty sure the objective dies here.
No. I do like one more day.
Oh, not enough.
Yeah.
No. Oh, because it was like an armor 18 objective.
Yeah, it's armor 18.
Yeah,
like
okay.
I brought it down. I did not kill it.
It's real close.
It is close, but close doesn't count.
I know at the end there it's real close, and then I actually took a point or two on a side in there. So moral victory. All right, so we're done with the beginning of the turn nonsense. All right, so let's see here.
What the hell, by the way,
hell am I
is
doing?
with I don't know, just a bunch of stupid crap. What is with? Oh, you might have had a Scythian frenzy.
The angel frenzy.
The angel frenzy.
Angel
Yes, the
frenzy.
angel frenzy.
I had to leave Fury in the angel. That's right.
So stupid HBO not doing Game of Thrones this week,
Yeah.
and I looked into it, and they didn't do Game of Thrones this week because apparently last year this episode, the Memorial Day episode, got like super bad ratings. But there's two problems with that explanation. Number one, they chose instead to air a movie that they've been hyping, that like one of their behind
movies,
one of their HBO movies. So if it's such bad ratings, why did they choose it to premiere one of the movies? Number two, what shit does HBO give about ratings?
Yeah.
They don't sell ads.
No, they don't.
They don't care if 2 people watch.
Yeah.
Like ratings means nothing.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
So instead, I just have to wait another week to watch Andy watch this episode.
Yeah, we're very excited for Andy to watch this episode.
I went, oh, hey. Well,
Okay,
here we
so-
go.
So you know what? No, it's all right. I'm going to go up. I'm going to blight bomb. It's an auto-hitting POW 12. So, I only need, 7s to kill these
Not
guys?
POW 12s.
Or, sorry, POW 8s.
Yeah, they're
So I
POW
need
8s.
7s to kill
you
these
need
guys?
7s to kill these
So-
guys.
so
There's
we'll roll
6 of
the
them.
first
So you'll
one.
kill 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, I got the first one. Well,
Oh,
that's
that's fine.
exciting. That's
That's
unusual, but I'll take that. All right, well, let's do that one next. So,
Oh, no, yeah.
so that one's well, I got that one too. All right, well, let's do this one. You know what? I got that one as well. That was an 11 for those of you that couldn't tell. That was boxcars.
Yep.
That was another boxcars.
That was
a 7
7
exactly.
I think you do another 7.
And another 7 exactly.
Oh, that was the other boxcars.
No, that was a 6 and 1.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I
yeah.
did 6 and 1.
Whatever.
But you know what? That was expected.
2 boxcars, 2 7s exactly. Like, the dice couldn't decide which was more demoralizing for me, boxcars or 7s exactly. And so it did 2 of each, just while wiping out all 6 of those guys. So that was good times, great oldies. And at this point, I'm like, Jeremy, just anyway. I don't know if I'm like, God damn it, Jeremy, you're scoring the zone. Run Saeryn to the zone and destroy my objective and just fucking win.
Well, because I forgot that you really can score 5 on this scenario.
4.
in a turn. Oh, yeah, it's only 4 in a turn. So, because I did clear my own zone as well over on the left.
But
here, I
it's
believe,
not like
but-
I had any. The thing is, I don't have anything that would threaten Saeryn, so it's not like you wouldn't then score on my turn. Or clear whatever random Razorback crew member I ran into there to contest it. Right. So I'm like, you're in 0 danger if you have 4 heavies in my grill and Saeryn in the zone.
We did have a discussion about this, and I don't think to do it this game, and I don't think to ask, even though I'm playing a judge who would probably know the answer, although it turned out he didn't. Are you allowed to heal your beast on a turn where your caster runs?
Yes, I said.
And you said yes, and
yes.
I'm not sure what rule makes that legal, because you can't do anything else except upkeep
Yes, you
spells.
can. You can do the rules are permissive. Okay. Or they're so the rules say that you cannot cast spells and run. It says you can't. There's nothing preventing healing or just dropping fury when you run.
Okay,
because
so
there isn't a list of things you can do when you run. There's a list of things you can't.
Cannot do.
And the
Okay.
cannot is cast.
And at the time,
spells.
I didn't think to ask.
Yeah.
But I thought about it later, and this was one of the things.
And obviously, no action.
And this is one of the things I should have done is that Blue Angel with Respawn on it. It did Frenzy, but it also has 2 systems out. And I'm going to have way too much Fury this turn out there anyway. I should have gone ahead and healed it when I activated Saeryn, even though I was planning to run. So, live and learn. And then I'm gonna do the battle of the lessers. My Shredder's going to go rabid and walk up to his piggy. Go, Shredder! Moral victory!
Andy, do you have a recommendation as long as we're pseudo podcasting?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I will in a second. I could think of one.
Do you have a movie you've seen before that you think like could have been great but was just kind of bungled?
Yeah, I usually don't remember movies I don't like.
But like just one of those like frustrating like that almost was good and they just screwed it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's called X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so by the way, I just snacked on his razor board. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm totally wounded. See, he's like, the fuck.
Yeah, well, it was because my good luck came back to haunt me. It was that
Yeah.
lucky drift onto you
That lucky
made it so
drift
you could snack and take
are
my fury
guy,
away.
so no fury.
Bastard. Oh my god, X-Men Origins Wolverine. God damn it. How do they know that the bullet will cause amnesia? Like, how do you test an adamantium bullet shooting somebody in the brain with a healing factor to make sure it'll cause amnesia?
I feel sorry for the test subjects.
Yeah.
I mean, how'd they figure? The healing factor and just everything about that movie.
Yeah.
I liked about 90 or about 80% of the movie. I thought it was enjoyable. It was, cheesy X-Men flick, but man, everything they did with Deadpool was horrible.
That
Adamantium bullet.
No, not everything to do with Deadpool. The first 5 minutes was awesome. The last 5 minutes was horrible. Like it was bookends, and one was great, one was horrible. I feel like we must have talked about the not on air, but just in random conversation elsewhere. That movie is one of 2 sources of me literally standing up in a theater and shouting something because my brain was so horrified I couldn't stop myself.
Yep.
And that was. They send the Asian super assassin after Wolverine.
Deadshot or something like
Deadshot,
that.
whatever.
Yeah.
And he gets totally straight up murdered by Wolverine because it's Wolverine.
Yeah.
And then they cut back to the villain who's holding a box of bullets, and he says to the camera and to the people with him, he never stood a chance. He didn't have these. To which I just shouted out, well, why not?
Exactly.
Like, you obviously have them. They're in your hands. It's not like you're like, oh, crap, he failed. We better invent these. Like, you have them. Why didn't you give them to him? And also there was a scene later in that movie that was so badly shot that for 10 minutes after it, I thought they had introduced a new character.
You have talked about this.
Was that on screen? Oh my
I think
god!
you talked about Gambit, the magical appearing Gambit.
Like,
right. This is where we put the guy back because I was gonna snack, and that was when we looked at the damage and realized my body was out. So I actually did like 4 damage to Razor Boy.
Yeah,
So
screw you, buddy.
So Razor Boy, one of the Marx brothers, does live.
Yes, it was probably Zeppo or something stupid like that.
Probably. So Saeryn runs into the zone. Yay! I completely forget to bring her upkeep spell, her fury.
Well, the big thing is, because you kept like, oh, I can't kill your caster. I'm like, who gives a shit about my caster? There's an objective right there, Jeremy.
Well, at this point, I was just so excited to kill the damn Razorback crew. But obviously, I had to go.
There's me moving that fire token again.
Yep.
I am relentless about those.
You're on fire, bitch. You're going to like it.
You're not going to leave that behind, fucker.
So I auto-hit the objective. Yay.
Which, by the way, is great for triggering Bloodbath.
Yeah, it's an amazing Bloodbath trigger. I'm like, I did damage, don't care. Oh, man, I hit it again. Did more damage. Yay. And then I go after Razorback crew. Yay. I think I missed
I mean, it's over the wall. You'll likely miss one of them.
I'm pretty
No,
sure.
that was more damage to the objective. Now it's Razorback crew.
right. And then I was like, okay, so now let's go.
Boost
I'm going
just
to
to
boost across the wall.
Even though they're in melee,
Fuck your Razorback crew.
you can't even like.
No, fuck your Razorback crew.
I mean, I could TK you out, I guess.
Yeah, fuck your Razorback crew. They're going to die. I'm going to boost that too. I love how the objective's not dead. I'm like, nope, boosting the hit against the Razorbacks.
Well, I mean, it has like 3 hit points left.
Yeah.
Look, the objective's
look
gone.
at dice. Yay.
Oh, I get all my dice back.
Yay.
So things are looking. At this point, I'm thinking I got the game under control.
Things are looking very good for
Things
Nico
are looking
right
very
now.
good. Yeah, so like I said, a few blunders. The biggest one, like the big lesson learned, was the lesson we learned about why it's good. It's interesting when you polish off a list that's just like been gathering dust for a year and you don't know why stuff is the way it is to rediscover your own logic.
Yeah.
It's fascinating
Man,
because
I'm
you're
really
getting into
smart.
somebody else's mind. Well, yeah, it's more like I don't know. It's just interesting to rediscover these things because it's like learning why somebody else did something, except it's you.
Except it's your own
So
brain.
it's very surreal.
So I just decided, I got this one angel. We'll take this stab across the wall because why not?
Why not? I mean, you're going to win on my turn anyway because I can't contest that
you can't
zone.
contest the zone.
But you know what? Why not
hold
just
on.
roll the 11 to hit me across
I'll go
the
ahead
wall?
and hit, and then roll just shit tons of damage.
And you're like, why don't you roll tough? Well, fuck you. He doesn't have tough.
Yeah, I thought he had tough.
He does not have tough.
Do any of the big casters have tough?
Yes, Carver does.
Carver does, okay. Yeah.
And here's me telling you how you should have beaten me more effectively.
Yep. and like your one mistake was the way you triggered Watcher. My one mistake was the Scythian that should have just killed the Roadhog prior to giving you the option to trigger Warhog. I didn't need to turn to kill the one.
But the Roadhog had like 5 hit points left. Like I didn't care about him. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
I delivered that Roadhog to you, or not Roadhog, the Warhog. I delivered the Warhog to you, which was a huge mistake. Yep. And it's just. And because he attacked, it expired Watcher, which meant that the other Roadhog also died. Like that Warhog and the one Warhog, the one that you armor pierced to start the turn, was gonna die to the side.
Oh yeah,
it's the other Roadhog and the Warhog both died because of that blunder. So I lost 2 extra heavy beasts.
Agreed.
And that's huge.
Yeah, and they had room to back up. Like, I agree. It was a mistake. So good game. Hope you guys listening / watching at home
Stop
enjoyed
playing
it.
footsie with me, Jesus
Sorry,
God.
my bad. Sorry, I thought you liked it.
Yes.